Hey guys, welcome back from one of the oddest spring breaks, obviously, we've ever dealt with. Hopefully, you got a chance to relax a little bit. Hopefully, you got a chance to, figure out a way to stay in touch with friends, do some things that are entertaining for you, um, as we keep marching through this stuff. If you remember last week, we got into these things called market structures. Okay, and we're analyzing how businesses compete based on the type of and amount of competition they have um, to to fight for customers. Right at the end of the day, that's what we're trying to do. And so, anyway, if you remember, these are the four characteristics we are looking at. Okay, and we've got number of producers, similar to your products, barriers to entry, controller prices. If you didn't watch part one of this stuff, you're going to be a little bit left in the dark. Okay, we did analyze what's referred to as perfect competition. We use the example of Amazon.com shopping for a specific thing and say, hey, listen, if I know what I'm getting and it's going to arrive at the same time, that I'm going to buy the cheapest thing. And so they have no control over prices. Okay. So anyway, we're moving forward today. We're moving forward to what's referred to as monopolistic competition. Okay. And this is where we've got a lot of producers, several producers with very similar products, but they're different from each other. Okay, and so first of all, we've got to have several producers. And if you look over at my example, I'm going to use the example of fast food. Okay, so especially here, in our area, we have food pretty readily available. And I'm also going to throw in there things, just fast lunch places. Like, for example, I can run into Martin's, go to the deli or whatever, grab something quickly. Even if I call ahead, I can go to somewhere like Volcanoes or Ricky's or, wherever else I might want to get something for lunch. Okay. So think about it as like lunchtime. Okay. So we've got several producers. Now, keep in mind, products are similar, but they have some unique things. Okay, and so even within like the differences between like McDonald's versus Burger King, very similar, right? But there are some unique aspects to each of those products. Okay, and again, at the end of the day, all businesses is trying to do is try to get you to buy their stuff instead of something else. Okay, now to compete in the lunch food industry, it's I don't want to say it's easy. Like, you got to be good at what you're doing, but again, we have some small locally owned businesses that are competing with these multi-billion-dollar companies of McDonald's or Burger King or Taco Bell or whatever, right? And in a lot of cases, we probably say, hey, listen, I'd rather go to Ricky's or Volcanoes for lunch. And, the prices are competitive. Obviously, the speed aspect of it, not quite there. But, we think about being able to go to those places. A lot of us would probably prefer that more so than, some of these bigger places. Now, when we talk about how do businesses convince us to go buy their stuff, well, they don't have very much control over their prices, meaning that, if McDonald's raised their prices by $2 on everything, not very many people are going to go there, right? They're going to go to Arby's or they're going to go to Burger King or Taco Bell or whatever. There's a reason why people go to Arby's between 2 o'clock and 5 o'clock. They have those sliders on sale for $1 each, right? Price goes down a little bit. Now I'm willing to go there. I decide to go there for that. Okay. Obviously, they can't lower the price so much so because then eventually they don't make profits, right? They don't make any revenue and they're not able to stay in business. And so they are kind of tied down to obviously a minimum price they could charge. That's why Arby's does it between 2 o'clock and 5 o'clock. They're trying to get business in their doors off of peak hours, right? They're not going to lower their price at noon because then they know they won't be able to make as much money. They know people want to go there at noon for lunch, right? And so they keep their prices a little bit higher. Between 2 and 5, they have a reason to put stuff on sale, so to speak. Okay. What it means for businesses is that it's difficult to compete, right? It's difficult to come up with a product that is so popular that people decide to buy it, right? We talk about lunch, like we don't want to eat the same thing every day either, right? So it's difficult for businesses to compete with quality and also, the type of stuff that they're doing. What that means for us, though, is it's really good for us, right? Competition between businesses is extremely good for us. It's extremely, like we enjoy that part of the economy, right? Like we like to have choices. We like to have different things on a day-to-day basis. All right. Again, on top of that too, not only with quality, but we also have to compete price-wise, right? And price-wise, obviously, it saves us more money. Okay. And again, if we're willing to be a little bit flexible sometimes and be able to go at some different times or find coupons, it can be very beneficial for us. Okay. So those are some examples, obviously, of monopolistic competition. For your sorry, in that non-price competition, the quality thing. Okay, here's your list of the ways businesses compete. These are common sense things. We know this, right? And for the most part, I mean, you could maybe throw advertising in there, but advertising is just trying to convince us that one of these things is going to be included. Okay. Here is your assignment for today. And I don't have, let me change this. It is Monday, the 13th, I believe. I might be wrong at the top of my head. I'm doing this on Easter. Happy Easter, by the way. Here's what you want to do. Okay. We're going to list 3 differences each between these following name brands. Okay. So we got Nike, Adidas, Under Armour. We got Five Guys versus Steak and Shake. We've got Buffalo Wild Wings versus Wings, etc. Trying to figure out, what makes those, better or worse than each other. I'm going to change Steak and Shake to Jimmy John's. Okay. And say which ones are better than the others. Okay. This is your assignment for today. Email it to me. All right. Communicate all through email, and we hopefully will be in touch soon. Okay. You guys are doing a great job. Keep it up. Keep getting me stuff. I'm accepting stuff late. Keep sending it in. That's completely fine. Try to do it on time. It makes my life a little easier. But either way, this is what you're doing for today. Pretty quick. Make sure you're keeping up on the videos, and we will talk soon.